Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Sober School, where you can always find experience, strength, and hope. My name is Drew. I'm an alcoholic. We want to welcome you to this platform here today, regardless of what your addiction may be. You're welcome here. We support your pathway to recovery, and whichever pathway it is that you choose, we're here to help, and we definitely want to make sure that it works for you. If you're watching us through the Recovery Classroom Facebook group page, I want to encourage you to share your own experience, strength, and hope, and your own words of wisdom. You never know who needs to hear what it is you might have to say, and it could just change someone's life, including your own. Real quick, I want to encourage you guys, continue inviting your friends and family members, anybody that you think might have an issue with drug addiction or alcoholism. Invite them to the Recovery Classroom on Facebook. If you're friends with them on Facebook, and go to the Recovery Classroom and invite them. What's the worst that can happen? They say, nope, that's not for me. Okay, well, you've done your part. So I definitely want to encourage you guys to do that. And today I want to talk about one of the topics that came in the other night that we took in from the Crosstalk meeting. I want to start off by asking you, have you ever found a food that you like to eat and you like it so much that you eat it so much and after a while you're tired of it, you get burned out on it? Or maybe your favorite song comes on the radio and you listen to it and they play it incessantly over and over again, 5,000 times a day, and lo and behold, this song you get burnt out on the song. If that happens, normal everyday life for us, so too would it be fair to say that it could happen with meetings. Going to meetings night after night after night. For me, when I came in the rooms, I knew that I had to get in and learn as much as I could, as quickly as I could, because sooner or later, life was going to slap me upside the head, and it was going to be test day, right? It was going to be the day of the test. And so I did. I hit probably 6 meetings. I'm pretty sure 6 meetings in a week, usually in the evening times. And it was fun. It was exciting, but I never hit this particular period of burnout on my meetings. I never have, but it was brought up the other night in one of the topic cards, and so I wanted to touch on it today. Burnout is real. You can actually be burnout on meetings. And let me say that one more time. Meetings, not necessarily the 12 steps, not necessarily the program you're working, but the meetings. You go to the same meeting with the same people over and over again, and you hear everybody share the same thing over and over again. I don't need a PhD beside my name to realize, yeah, that could get a little tiring. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure out that, okay, that might get a little tiring. I want to stress this to you, though. The big book is very clear. Nothing, very first line of chapter 7, nothing ensures immunity from drinking as intensive work with other alcoholics, right? Now, it's generally recommended or generally accepted that is the action of sponsorship. It's also the action of meetings. It's basically what it comes down to is it's the action we take to share with other people. To hang out and talk with like-minded people. That's all sponsorship is, if you think about it. That's all meetings are, if you think about it. If you're experiencing burnout in a meeting, let's stop and think about what that burnout really is. It could be perhaps the format of the meeting, the way the meeting is ran, the way the meeting progresses throughout the 1 hour time frame. I doubt highly, I guess I could be wrong, but I doubt highly that you're burnt out on recovery and that you just absolutely want to go back to the way you were before. No, I don't think that. But I do think it's possible that you're burnt out on hearing the same people talk, hearing the same people share the same exact stories, hearing the same readings night after night after night. I get that. Going back to the point of the first line of chapter 7, when we work with the other alcoholics, that ensures immunity. It doesn't have to be in a meeting. I can't tell you the number of times I've called somebody up and said, hey, meet me at the Waffle House. I can't tell you the number of times I've been at the Waffle House and had my own meeting with complete and total strangers. There's been times I've been in the grocery store. My son will attest to this, where I've been in the grocery store and I basically had a meeting right there in the grocery store. We can call it whatever we want. We can call it I ran into somebody, or it's a meeting, or whatever. We can call it whatever. But at the end of the day, what I'm doing is I'm sharing, and I'm letting others share with me. You've heard the saying, meetings after the meeting. Those are critical as well. Last Tuesday night, I had a meeting after the meeting for an hour and a half, and I'd do it all over again in New York Minute, because that lady needed to share. She needed to share her story as far as her what's happened to her within the rooms of AA. So we don't have to necessarily depend upon meetings. Matter of fact, I think it's a good idea to change things up. I think it's a good idea to go to different meetings, to go to meetings that have different formats than what you're used to. I think it's a great idea to go to meetings and meet new people, different people. A group of my buddies, they've been coming up to meetings local to where I'm at here lately, and they seem to love it. They seem to be responding really well. They're paying attention, they're listening, they're getting the message, they're taking the feedback, taking the suggestions, and it's working for them. So just because you think that you're getting burnt out on meetings, you may very well be. Don't get down on yourself. Don't get upset and be like, oh my God, I'm failing in my recovery and I might as well just go back out. That's not what's going on here. I think, and again, every case is individual and I don't know for sure, but I think it makes logical sense in my mind. You're not necessarily burnt out in recovery, you're burnt out on the meetings, and you may be burnt out on what is going on, how that meeting is structured, how that meeting is ran, who all shares at that meeting. I love it when newcomers speak up. I go to a meeting, I love it when newcomers speak up. I want the newcomers to speak up because I get to hear something different. I get to feed off of their experience, strength, and hope, not the guys that have been, sober for 5 years or 10 years or whatever. Not that I don't appreciate it, I do, but I want to hear it from the newcomer. And that's what I said last week. Why is it we're so afraid of the newcomer speaking up and sharing? What is it we're afraid of? What could they possibly do wrong? What could they possibly say wrong in an AA meeting? I mean, after all, we're a room full of fucked up people, right? We're imperfect people trying to practice a perfect program. So what is it the newcomer could say that could be so detrimental? I encourage the newcomers to speak up. I want to hear what they have to say. I genuinely do. That's the reason why we designed the crosstalk meeting and the Tuesday night meeting, the discussion points meeting and Tuesdays. We want people to share. We want to hear different experiences and different ideas. We run the meetings different ways. It's not the same old 15 minutes of readings and then we do this and do that. No, they're different. And we do that because we want to give people a different taste, a different experience of going to meetings, so they don't get burnt out. The worst thing you could do is if you think you're getting burnt out on meetings, the worst thing you can do is stop. Matter of fact, I encourage you, if you're getting burnt out on a meeting, change the meeting. When I get burnt out on the food, I change the food. When I get burnt out on a song, I change the song. Change the meeting you're going to. Don't change your recovery. You still have to recover. You don't want to get depressed and get upset and start thinking, because again, those wheels will start spinning in your head. You don't want to start thinking, I'm failing in my recovery. You're not. It's perfectly natural. When I get tired of a food, I change it. When I get tired of a song, I change it. You change your meeting type. Matter of fact, it doesn't have to be a formal sit-down meeting. Again, you can just call up a couple of your alcoholic or drug addict buddies that are trying to get sober and say, hey guys, meet me at the Waffle House. Meet me wherever. We'll sit and talk. Just make sure there's no alcohol or drugs there. So anyway, I want to encourage you today, just because you might be getting burnt out on meetings does not mean you're failing at recovery. There are many ways you can work with others, many ways you can share your experience, strength, and hope. And you're watching one way right now on this video. So I encourage you, if you're in the Recovery Classroom Facebook group page, share your own experience, strength, and hope. Because at the end of the day, that's all the meetings are designed to do. So with that being said, I'll let you guys go. Hope you guys have a kick-ass Sunday. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys keep me sober, and I could not be more appreciative, so thank you very much. If there's a topic you'd like to hear discussed, feel free to drop it in the Recovery Classroom Facebook group page down below. Or you can email me, Drew at drew@soberschool.org. So I'll let you guys go. Again, thank you guys for letting me come in and share with you. This definitely keeps me sober. Remember, guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.